Hi and welcome back for another end of iteration showcasing. So I'm out here in a little city south of the university, and the reason I'm out here is because, well, the application is made for use in the cities, so I thought a place like this, a big open area where I can stand and test this, but also with like a supermarket over there, houses and a school, it would show the ideal place for the use of the application. So as you can see, it's quite sunny out here, and because of that I'm standing a bit with the side to the sun, so I have more ease at seeing the holograms. As I mentioned in the last end of iteration video, the sunlight can really mess up the holograms in the application. Therefore, this iteration I've also been working on a little prototype for a kind of visor, or I call them sunglasses for the HoloLens. As you can see here, it's currently just a really rough prototype made of Lego with a bit of black film in front of it, film used for car windows. And the way it works is that you can look at something bright and hold it up, and it will reduce the amount of light that gets through to the HoloLens, thereby increasing the brightness of the actual holograms the user is seeing. For you watching this video, you will not really see a problem with the sunlight in the same way I do, but trust me, there is a huge problem to overcome in that area, and I will be continuously working on improving the sunglass thingy, so it will be easier to use, easier to put on the HoloLens than the current version I have, and also look less dumb. But let's go through the application. So I was actually trying to make this video yesterday, but I had a lot of bugs with the new startup animation and other things. And also I just figured out that you can only record for about 5 minutes, in the HoloLens before it automatically stops the recording. So I will take this in parts, and you will see them in different parts. So for this part, I will just continue with the new startup animation I've made. When you open the application, you'll be prompted with this little window where you can choose to go through the tutorial or not. And for the tutorial, it will just be some text telling you something about this current category we have here. It will show the category, and then it will actually wait for you to select an option. As you can see, I've also made it so there are 2 different subcategories for the spawnables, and that's because I have added in forms in case people want to test a cube or a capsule, as it is right now, but later also other simple forms. And then of course there are some new drones, which I will go through in a later part. For now, let's just spawn the original Hofplan drone. As you can see, the category moved down here where it's supposed to be in the final setup of the interface, and the next category was spawned. So let's just go through animation, and as you should be able to see, the text above should also change along the way to showcase the different, or to tell about the different categories, what they're for. And this is basically what the interface looks like after going through the whole animation. So we have the flight controls, we have the flight mode, we have altitude, we have spawnables, and at the bottom we have the current spawn, so you can see what drone you're using, and we have the show height menu that actually works now compared to the last iteration. So yeah, see you in the next part. And we are back. As you can see, I didn't do much. I didn't even close this. I've also, as you might have realized already, I have added a lot more feedback to the application, so that when you hover above something you click on, a button of some kind, it will scale up a bit, become a little bigger, making it easier to keep your focus on that button while clicking. It will also make a color transition from its standard color to yellow, and then of course when you go back, it will go back to its normal form. And when you click, not just click randomly as I do right now, but if you click on something specific, like we could click on one of these question marks that will open the help for that panel, you'll hear a little click sound. I can do it again. As you can hear, as I try to spam this button, try one of the other buttons. So it'll come a little click sound, and as you will also see, there will be a little red spot in the middle of the screen that starts out big and then zooms out slowly, or becomes smaller quickly, which is just a way of getting more feedback to the user, telling them that okay, you clicked on something. So this is one of the things I've been working on a lot during this iteration, trying to optimize the feedback of the interface, because the users might find it hard to use otherwise. Because as you can see, the cursor hides when it hovers over the UI, And I've been trying to fix that as well, and it hasn't worked so far, so there's still more to do on that part. But for now, let's show one of the other new features I've added, this drone editor. The drone editor is a simple little thing where you'll be able to see the currently selected drone. You'll be able to turn it around to see the different sides of it. So if I want to see the front side, I can also go to see the top side, or the bottom, or the underside. As you can see, it will just turn the drone around. Also, there should be, but as I can see right now, it's still kind of bugged. Now I'm just taking out a drone to check if it's just that one. Oh, it is. Okay, so for the original Hellcat drone, it doesn't work as intended, but as you can see with this drone, you have these different options, the different parts of the drone. For example, if I took the body, click on that, I might have to do something about these buttons because they're really hard to hit. But now that I have to click the button or the body, I can look from the bottom of it. I can change the drone, the color of that part I've selected. So this will enable the researchers to do some minor editing to the drone when you're out in the field trying to do the testing. And in the next iteration, I'll also be adding a few more functionalities to this function where you can add or change the sounds on the drone and do some simple editing with the lighting. Like, it's kind of hard for me to see, but if you can see here at the end of the wings, I have some blue lights flickering, a bit like the original Hellcat drone. So these changes you'll be able to change later on, so you can test different designs of the drone while out in the field. So those are mainly the new things I've updated. Also made some minor adjustments to how the drone flies. For example, the acceleration has been removed and replaced with an instant velocity change. But let's just start a new part and I'll show you how the drone looks. Okay, so we are back to the last part. Currently I still have the drone with the green body here, and let's just set it up for flying. So as you saw, it wants you to first spawn a drone, as you saw in the tutorial I mean. Spawn a drone, set an altitude, change the flight mode, and then you can see it, I can hardly see it though, but you can see it up here. And if you start the drone, you will see it flying instantly at the speed it's supposed to. Another thing you might also realize is that here in the flight controls I've removed the progress bar, so it no longer shows the progress of the drone through the current flight mode, but instead it's just stating what the status of the drone is. And the reason I changed this is mainly because the bar gained an idea of where the drone was in its run, but that was about it, and the bar was a little bugged at times, and this text is just simple and works really well. So if I stop it, start it again, you can see it just changed the status of the drone. Another thing also changed to the drone itself is that as long as it's not flying, it will not be making any sounds. That's mainly down to if you want to just have the drone somewhere where you can show it to people. You don't have the annoying sound in the background, so you have to turn down the volume or anything. But yeah, these are the new updates for the application. I should probably mention that you can see I have some other buttons down here, a bit like the drone editor. They're currently inactive because I haven't implemented those functions yet, but they will come soon. So yeah, stuff to do in the next iteration, and as you can see, the progress is going steadily. So looking forward to see what I can do with during the spring when I get more time and when it gets easier to come outside and actually test this, because the weather isn't random and mostly grey and raining. So see you in the next iteration.